Right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is an amazing day. It is Thursday, and our trainer today is not me. Our trainer is one of our great leaders, Coach Jay, who's going to be taking our morning session today. So just 1 or 2 minutes, I get in touch with him. Then we take over our morning session, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to have you this morning. I want to congratulate all those that are making some profits. I know certain coins might go into the floating loss because whenever we give our signals, they are 80%. So if they have gone floating loss, no worries. Put your coins in one shot, cancel the margin call, just be patient. Why? Because Royal Q never sells at loss. At the end of the day, all your coins will sell off and you'll have your profits available. So we expect our mentor, our upline to the many, a gentleman that has helped so many people make profits on a daily basis. And he also provides some signals during the day and late in the night. Today, we are purely talking about trading. So he'll be breaking some important insights about crypto, some important insights about your decision to learn to be self-reliant, trade by yourself using Royal Q and maximize profit. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, with this pleasure, invite. But before I invite him, I expect us to share the link. Knowledge is free. Imagine someone is giving in their time to come here and give you knowledge for free so that you can make money. So many people say, Julius, what you are saying, is it a reality? Yes, it is a reality. People are sleeping with $50 a day. Let me see if I have this video. Imagine. Winning with profits on everybody is winning with profits on a daily basis. It's up to you to decide to be part of the 90 days. It's up to you to decide to be part of the one-shot strategy. And immediately, if you have not yet activated your robot, imagine how much you are missing on a daily basis. Imagine how much profit you are missing on a daily basis. Being part of Royal Q is one of the best decisions you can do for your life in 2022, and everything shall never remain the same. Being part of Royal Q gives you power to receive regular, repeated, recurring income. Let the robot trade for you. Gone are the days of the scams. It is time for you to maximize profits on a daily basis using the Royal Q application. Go back to the person who has invited you to be part of these 90 days. Go back to the person who has... Okay. Now, we are already 36. I hope it is pleasure to invite a leader, a coach to the many, a leader by a V3 by rank, that is half the Royal Q cycle because Royal Q ends at V6. I should tell my friends, we have been here for 6 months. We are now about to enter 7 months in the business. We are going to be here for 20 years trading with Royal Q. So we just here this morning to give you the skills you need. I've never seen a business since I was born. I've never seen. There will be nothing like Royal Q. No, it will never be there. You know, when I woke up today with $300 into my account, I imagined, am I into something I didn't understand? Yes, it is true. I've been, okay, I used to wake up with $100, but today when I woke up with $300, I said, I need to understand this thing I'm into. So I spent some time analyzing how best I could make more profit. And I realized I need to help more people get the Royal Q and maximize profits. $300. And today I was stubborn. By the way, I was very stubborn. I slept the whole night. I didn't do anything at night. When I reached home, switched off my phones, slept. I said, let me try Royal Q, $300. Now, which business pays you like that? If someone has a building, you have an estate, can you please evidence if your estate can do that? Never. It's only here in the financial markets where you sleep, by morning you get paid. So I want to invite a leader. I wanted to make 40 at least. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have been joking with this opportunity, you are just watching it, you are giving all your reasons, I don't want to share the link, you are giving all the reasons, I don't do the one shot, all your reasons are valid, 100%. Your excuses, congratulations, they are valid. But there are two things in life. You make money or you make excuses, but you can't make both. If you have chosen excuses, congratulations to 2022. If you have chosen to make money, you are the right person I'm speaking about today. And because you are here, then let us go big time. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me invite Coach J to take over. Welcome, Coach J. Please take over your session, sir. Thank you so much.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us here. This is one of your favorite hosts and Coach J from Cape Town, South Africa. What I'm going to do is just play you guys a quick 3.5-minute video. Pay close attention, no matter how old you are. This video is going to stand out to you. It's a video by a guy by the name of Mr. Jack Ma. Can I just confirm if you guys can hear the video? Leader Julius?
Yes, Coach J, I'm on the call.
Yes, are you able to hear the video playing?
Play it again. Play it again.
Okay.
No, it's not clear. Sometimes you need to keep your microphone unmuted. Sometimes it refuses. We can't hear it.
You can't hear it. All right. It's maybe because of the receiving a call, so just All right, so while I'm experiencing a bit of a technical difficulty, just give me 2 minutes to sort out my sound so that I can play a cool video for you guys. I think it's very, very important that each and every one of you listen to this video and listen to exactly to what has been said, okay?
Coach J, are you in the house? I don't know what's wrong. I don't know that it's your network.
Yes, no, I'm still here, my leader. I'm just trying to figure out why my sound is not playing on the Zoom. But
Okay.
I'll continue in 2 minutes. Sorry for the delay.
All right, let me make you a host again.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Coach J, your videos are playing, but the sound is not there.
All right.
We are finishing now. We are doing just a few steps to share the screen again.
I can see the videos, but I can't hear the sound. That is the chat.
Thank you for that information. I'm going to log in via another Zoom. Just give me another second, please, Lead, if you don't mind taking over in the meantime.
All right, it's fine.
All right, I'll be back now.
All right. Okay, as Coach J is coming to take over, I'll share something, ladies and gentlemen. I will talk about the parameters of RoyalQ. I will explain the app that we use to trade. And as it comes up for the training today. One, RoyalQ. My name is Julius Kavanda. I'm a V5 by rank in RoyalQ. I've been here for the last 6 months. If you have heard me for the first time, I come from Uganda, but I come from a village behind a village in Masaka. I've built my business using my smartphone, and where I am right now is a working office. And so that's all about me in simple terms. By profession, I have a medical background, but I'm now specifically into the crypto market space. I do this full-time, overtime, extra time. I love being able to stay with my family and my people without getting bothered by anything. Nothing else I do. I spend my time online, my fingers typing, and that's my main business. I do nothing else apart from RoyalQ and keeping investing my money into my portfolio and other investments all over the crypto market space and other things I love doing. So now I'll just go into this tutorial very, very fast as Coach J is logging in. We have what we call the API binding, and okay, this is API binding, ladies and gentlemen. And with API binding, we can connect Binance, Huobi, and Coinbase Pro. If we want to learn how to connect this, we have, I'm going to show you. We have revenue details, where we usually see profits that comes from the robot trading for us, either in Binance, Huobi, or Coinbase. Remember, you can trade in the 3 exchanges. You can trade in all the 3 exchanges, and these 3 exchanges, gentlemen, Binance provides around 71 coins, Huobi provides around 62, and Coinbase, I think 9 coins now. So you can trade all the coins as long as you have good capital. Those are the coins that RoyalQ trades in Binance, okay? Now here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the revenue details, and these revenue details come from profits you are benefiting from your network. I personally, on this account, it's a V1. I expect it to be a V2. There are just some simple delays. I only introduced 2 people on this account, and it has a total of 20 directs. Now, next is assets. In asset, that's where we see our profits that could be coming, one from our network, but also we see asset where we have our fuel, where the robot charges it's 20%. Remember, RoyalQ charges has 80/20 profit sharing. I will call it like that. That when you make $100 into your Binance account, Huobi or Coinbase Pro, all your $100 will go into your USDT balance, into your Binance, Huobi, or Coinbase. But then RoyalQ has to share off 20%. So it only picks this money from your RoyalQ after it has traded for you and made profit for you. That's why we have fuel. Now this fuel, where it is here, there is this I. You can always hide your fuel, okay? Also, you can dedicate. If there is a certain amount you have made and you don't want to withdraw this, you can deposit it here in what we call RP assets. When you put it on RP assets, it can never be withdrawn. Remember, whenever your gas fee goes down, Your robot usually reminds you. So what you can do, you can come here on settings, here where there is settings, tap on settings, and you can put your reminder limits. Some of you receive your reminders at $10. You can say, I'll receive my reminder at $5. But remember, with caution, when your fuel gets to $2, the robot stops trading. So if it happens, then you need to cancel the strategy or cancel the coins and open up them again. That's why we encourage to keep it at a minimum of 5, so that when your revenue gets to 5, you are reminded, so that you can always add some USDT in your asset. Okay. Before I go to the next one, I want to talk about how to deposit money into your assets. Especially if someone is new, they are going to activate, usually come on deposit. You copy the wallet address, ladies and gentlemen. And when you copy the wallet address, you go into your Binance or Huobi and deposit 140. We usually encourage 140, but even if someone has 130, they can deposit. The 120 is for the activation of the robot, and the $20 is for the fuel, right? Then we have invite a friend, where you can use the QR, where you can be able to also get other pictures here that you can use. So you tap on the top arrow here. Then you can save some pictures for yourself if you want to use them. You usually copy the URL, this one, and this is the link you send someone to register. Okay, for example, if I use this, but I don't want to send this guy this link, might get confused. Okay, let me use Pastor, my friend Pastor Xavier. You will not register again. So when you send someone the link, they tap on the link opens up, ladies and gentlemen, like this. They need to put in their email. They needed to tap on send verification code, put in the login details, all right? So you create a password, make sure your password doesn't have signs, make sure it is letters and words, then you tap on register. Below the word register at the same time, there is a word download, so you tap on download and be able to download the RoyalQ application. It can be either, ladies and gentlemen, Android or iOS phone, Android or Google Play, and you can have the app by yourself, all right? You can have the app by yourself. Next, if someone wants to use a laptop, then they can also use the web to register, which is SRR point, that is a dot, RoyalQ. And you can always log in and always use your application, ladies and gentlemen, using the logins of the website. So someone can use the website if they are not comfortable with right. Okay, so you can use the website of RoyalQ. You can use the website of RoyalQ to be able to log in and have your details via the website, okay? All right, so you can usually use the website, ladies and gentlemen, to do that. So I'll just drop this to the 90 days group. So someone could be able to use that if they want to register or to use the website, okay? The details are there. Okay, now, having explained that, I'll now come back to my RoyalQ again. Now we have what you call the quantitative. Here, ladies and gentlemen, there are tutorial videos. What is quantitative? What is quantitative trading? Principle, which means capital. What is floating loss? Are you having floating loss? And you say, Julius, I'm tired of floating loss. Please read about what is floating loss. There is also API binding, ladies and gentlemen, for hobby Binance here in these videos, right? Then we have the user guide. The user guide has all the instructions from Coinbase Pro, what you need to do step by step, Coinbase Pro key, what do you need to do step by step with pictures to show you what you need to do your API binding, how to connect your Coinbase Pro. All the details are provided here when we tap on the user guide. Royal Q operation instructions. Do you have some questions about these parameters? Okay, first order quota. They explain first quota purchase is when the robot has started the first time. Open double position. After opening, the purchase amount will be doubled each time the first order purchase in the cycle. And the position will be calculated according to the first order amount doubled. Replenishment limit, upper limit. When the number of replenishment times exceeds the set replenishment, the upper limit replenishment will appear on the system and will stop the replenishment. Call position, stop profit ratio. Take profit will be triggered after reaching a preset stop profit ratio in the whole position. Hold position, take profit callback. You know, when the present take profit ratio is reached, for example, okay, someone says you should explain. When the present take profit ratio, which is 1.3, is reached, that's what they're explaining here about the callback. The present take profit callback ratio needs to be called back, and the system will clear the position and sell. Replenishment configuration, they display the number of replenishment. Replenishment means buying according to the upper limit of replenishment and set corresponding drop and replenishment quantity. Callback for margin call. In a full margin mode, after reaching the present margin percentage trigger, the system will cover the margin only after rebounding the margin call parameters. Distributed position, stop profit configuration. The last position of the dividend position will trigger and stop profit after reaching the present stop profit ratio. Distributed callback. All these are answered. So you can come spend some time. Everything is here. More shows us the member center where you want to see the marketing plan of RoyalQ. You can come here, just put your fingers where you see the word renew, move it right or left, and you can take someone through the marketing plan of RoyalQ, fully explained. Next, leaderboard. Okay, now leaderboard is a new parameter of RoyalQ marketing plan. And the new parameter of RoyalQ marketing plan is providing different parameters to us as a gentleman, that if a V6 doesn't hit a certain required amount to enjoy their bonuses, as a gentleman, if someone you are making profit, you see now as we speak, the person leading profit, personal income. These ones are not copy traders. Personal income, the person leading is this one who has made over $5,707 in profit since the year started. Now we have 1 up to 10. So they distribute this from 1 up to 10. We also have these copy traders where Chuchu is leading in profit with $2,330. These are copy traders. DNAVS is leading with $1,225 in profit up to number 10. So this is how they are leading. So at the end of the month, if any V6 doesn't qualify, RoyalQ will gather a profit of $10,000 and distribute it depending on those that are leading, all right? Then we have a sync strategy where you can see where you're using Binance, Hobby, or Coinbase. Then we have My Counselor. You can usually chat, ladies and gentlemen, with your upline. Okay. So I don't know whether Coach Jay is in the house now and said. So those, you need to look at your parameters, gentlemen, and be able to understand them. I'll hand over the host powers to Coach Jay. I was just taking you through the parameters. I want to request you to personally believe in yourself. I want to beg you, ladies and gentlemen, to personally believe in the application. I want to request you to believe in the opportunity, and the opportunity will never disappoint you. Okay, I've done some withdrawals, okay, but I want to show you. I want to check my asset. Let me share my I am not on the other account, but I'll share my camera. This is, I've done withdraw of $100 in the morning, but I already now have another balance of $257. Okay, if you can see my screen, I don't know. Let me make it main here. Right, look at this. Look at this, gentlemen, $257. And this is power of royalty. My friend has called me and asked me, Julius, I told me, Julius, withdraw the money. I don't have the use of that money. Maybe I'm going to send it to my Binance to increase my trading capital. Now, that's why I usually tell my friends, if you are trading with little capital, share the opportunity. As other people are trading, you'll get paid. That's already 1 million Ugandan shillings for myself today. If you're Ugandan, you understand. Now, I'm not a government employee. I don't have any other work I do. I wake up on my smartphone. Can you imagine? Just I'm using my smartphone. So meaning you can also use your smartphone and make money. I'm now going to drive off a burial. By the time I finish the burial that I'm going to attend, I'll have made some money because other people are trading. So we are talking about regular, repeated, recurring income in 2022. How do you want to start your year? How do you want the year to end? I have a goal of only $2 million this year. I don't know what your goal is and what do you want to use the money for. If you believe you can, you are right. If you believe you can't, you are right. I can't prove you right. But I want to tell you, Royal Q is a game changer and it will never disappoint you this year. If you give it time, try to run with it. Learn our one-shot strategy. Help the people in your team to also learn the one-shot strategy. I want to assure you within these 90 days, no one runs with us shall not make less than $100,000. And once you make your $100,000, I want to assure you have a free air ticket to Zanzibar for 5 days to enjoy yourself. All expenses paid. All expenses paid. So make yourself $100,000 in these 90 days. Get an air ticket to go for holiday, 5 days, fully paid, everything. You just enjoy, yet you even have your money. So it's up to you. If you're a go-getter, we meet there in Zanzibar in March. God bless you, everybody. Back to Coach J.
Thank you, Leader Julius. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all feeling blessed. Hope you're all feeling excited, as I usually am. I just want to play you guys a quick video. It's called, the title of the video is called Change Your Attitude. Right? If you change your attitude, ladies and gentlemen, you'll soon come to realize that you do not need the ability to ensure that you can make a lot of money with this business, because your attitude at the end of the day is going to determine your altitude. But have a listen to this powerful video.
You know better, but you're not doing better. That's the part of this whole video that's gonna make you a little uncomfortable.
Stop bullshit, man. You're gifted, you're talented. God has much bigger plans for you in your life. Everything around you is gonna change as soon as you change the things around you. It's very simple. You can be in the hood, broke and fucked up. Change your mind and everything about your bank account, your surroundings, your environment, for your kids, the safety of any and everything going on will all change. Can you really expect any results to be any different if you keep things the same way? It's all in the way you think. It's all in your mind. Change your mind and it's gonna change your life.
For real, some of you, man, you keep crying. You complaining about your job. You complaining about where you are financially. You complaining about your relationships. You complaining about your opportunities. You complaining. Listen to me. Stop complaining and do me a favor. If you want to make a difference, all you got to do is one thing. This is how you get started. You want something different? Listen to me. All you got to do is make a decision. That's it.
Stop talking. Stop bullshitting. If you really got a problem with your life, you'll change it. You're not tired of being broke. You're not tired of being stuck. You're not tired of all the gun violence and drama and dysfunction around you. You're not tired of being in an abusive relationship. You're not tired, because if you was tired, you would actually do some shit about it. Can't tell me you ain't tried. Anybody who is determined to do something, who wants something to be different, it will eventually be different.
There should be something in your attitude that appreciates the things that God has given you. Well, sometimes people are not appreciative and thereby not thankful because they look at things in their lives that are broken, that are not fixed, that are not together. And the thing you must realize is that everybody has things in their lives that are not the way they want them to be. And if you wait until everything is fixed before you're thankful, you're never going to be thankful.
Some of y'all running around talking too much. Shut up and do some shit different. Tired of people out here with all these excuses. You complaining about the man who's mentally, spiritually, emotionally, even physically abusing you, and you're still with him. You're a walking contradiction. You have no bottom line. You have no bottom line. And that's why you continue to be taken advantage of. There's people to really get out of this, excuses sound best to the person that's making them up. You have created every excuse in the world in your mind, and you have figured out a way to justify it in your mind, and it makes sense to you. That's why you're still in it. That's why you're out of shape. That's why you're still doing the same shit that you're doing, because you have it makes sense to you in your mind. You got a problem with it, but then you justify it. And once you justify it, you stay in it.
Make a decision. I want you to make a couple of decisions for me. I want you to make a decision that a year from now, decide that you're going to make, just say, write it down on a sheet of paper, speak it out. This is where I'm going to be a year from now. Make a decision.
All right, okay, guys. So yes, you guys had the opportunity to hear from very influential, very inspiring people that excuses sound the best to those who is making it up. All right, so at the end of the day, the reason why you're not making money, ladies and gentlemen, in the business, is because you're making too many excuses. You're making too many excuses as to why you cannot be great. Okay, so I won't be too long. I just want to see who's on the call. We have Abisoft, we have Andre, we have Andres, we have Arif, we have Boniface, we have Brian, we have Carols, we have Chinwe. Guys, we are 79 participants on the call today. That's fantastic, right? So happy good day, happy good morning to all of you on the call. And yes, I look forward to having a positive impact on you guys after you leave the call. You will feel motivated, you'll feel inspired, you'll feel good to do something today that your future self is going to thank you for. All right, so in the meantime, I'm making some leaders, V2 and above in the business, I'm making them a co-host on the call. Because, you know, ladies and gentlemen, when you rank up, you'll be able to bank up. That's exactly what anyone and everyone would want for themselves. I'm not accepting any calls. People are trying to call me. I have to cancel the calls all the time. But I just want to say to everyone on the call that, you know, it's very, very simple business. This is a very, very simple business. It's not easy, it's simple. If it was easy, then everyone would be doing it, all right? So this business is quite simple. All that you need to do is find what you call an accountability partner. And if you cannot find somebody closest to you that can hold you accountable to achieve your dreams and goals, then the only competition that you have, ladies and gentlemen, is yourself, that person that you are looking at in the mirror. So when you rank up, ladies and gentlemen, you are able to rank up. I don't really want to talk too much about the trading aspect of the business because it's simple. You just simply need to have enough capital and be disciplined to allow the robot to use that capital accordingly, whether you are using a copy trader strategy or not. Now, if you guys didn't know, if you're using a copy trader strategy like QQ Circle or Crypto Bull or D Neves, whichever one you have chosen, you have to make sure that you can allocate the correct amount of capital in respect to what that copy trader is actually wanting from you, and that is to reserve a certain amount of capital per coin. However, you can also do manual trading. Now, when you're using a copy trading strategy, ladies and gentlemen, you will be paying what you call a strategy fee, and most circle leaders are charging everybody a strategy fee of at least 1%. And that amount comes actually from the 20% that you need to reserve in your asset. So you would see you get the circle, you get the dynamic, and you can actually manage the different circles that you are part of. And you can even create your own circle. This is the goal, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be a trader, you have to practice it on a daily basis and be consistent with your efforts. And then you can actually go about to create a circle. But the only way you'd be able to create a circle as a trader yourself is once you have executed 100 orders, meaning 100 trades. And of that 100 trades, you were able to make $1,000 profit from that 100 trades. And then you can go ahead and be exactly like all of these people on the list over here. All right, so to find out which circle strategy is applicable to you when it comes to your capital, you simply want to actually look at who's the best. And how do you do that? You actually click here in the top left-hand corner, right on that bar graph. You guys can see that there is a circle income list. Those of who have a total revenue list of this amount of money that they have acquired. This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. These people have been in the business for probably just about 8.5 months, if not less. And this is the amount of money that they've accumulated in that period of time. But if it wasn't for the network, if it wasn't for the people that are joining Royal Q and actually choosing the circle strategy, then they would not be able to get out to this total amount, because they require users like us to make use of the strategy, and then of course have a certain amount of capital set aside in order for the strategy to play itself out. And so each strategy, ladies and gentlemen, has a certain amount of margin calls. My strategy may not be the same as yours, and the same applies for everyone else, because your strategy needs to be chosen based on your capital. And so if you can see there's a top 10 list, you obviously want to be involved with those copy traders that are in the top 10 list. And if you don't want to pay that strategy fee, then you'll simply have to trade manually, take the signals that we give, pay attention so that attention can pay you. And ultimately, you'll be able to see that you are now only paying what we call a fuel fee instead of a strategy fee and a fuel fee. And so, of course, it is of utmost importance that in any business you can cut down on expenses wherever you can. And so that you are saving some money, and then after saving enough money, you can actually go ahead and invest some more. So you have a profit return rate, and you have an actual return rate whereby they give you the percentages of how quickly these strategies can actually bring back profit to you. And there's a top 10 list for that as well. Then you get what we call a hot list. And in the hot list, you also have a top 10. And the reason why this is called the hot list is because it's based on the amount of people that are actually involved with the circle. And 153,318 people are incorrect. 93,295 people are incorrect. 66,377 people are not incorrect. They are sticking with the strategy. They are trusting the strategy because QQ Circle, for example, says that if you choose me, you'd be paying a 1% strategy fee, and of course, the 20% of the profits that the robot generates for you on any given day. You will soon come to realize that you can actually earn between 10% and 30% on a monthly basis, almost hands-free. The reason why I say almost hands-free is because this is not a fully automated robot. It is, in fact, a semi-automated robot, which means that you, as the user, you can intervene on the trade setting. And you can actually set the trade setting in such a way whereby it's going to suit your current situation. Remember, the market is not doing the same every single day. And so your profits will be based on the volume within the market, right? The market capitalization on any given day. The market fluctuates, it's volatile. So the amount of profits that you receive from the market on any given day is obviously always not going to be the same. But if you want to be consistent and you set the goal for yourself and you say, you know what, I want to be like Leader Julius and at least earn $3 per day, or I want to just be modest, and earn $1 a day based on my efforts, then go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and spend some more time on Zoom calls, ask questions in the group, and pay attention to the basic, simple signals or hints or clues that are left in these groups. Because at the end of the day, success leaves clues. We are not here to spoon feed anyone. We are not here to develop followers. We are here to develop leaders. And having said that, if you know exactly what you're doing, you wouldn't be making any excuses as to why you cannot grow your team, because you'd have the confidence to share with as many people as possible, because you'll know exactly what it is that you're doing. Then we also get what we call a popularity list. And the popularity list is based upon, once again, how many people has come in and out of the circle, the cumulative number of synchronization strategies in the circle. So there's a lot of people getting involved with all of these circle leaders, but it is important, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone to understand that once you reach a certain point in this business whereby you are trading manually, you can actually go ahead and create your own circle, and you can have a lot of people following you. And I think, of course, as a trader myself, I haven't really been paying too much attention to the trading aspect of Royal Q, because I'm caught up in a habit of actually trading myself, not just on Binance, not just on Ubi, not just on Coinbase, but also trading myself in other exchanges. And so it can be a bit difficult to spread or share your focus amongst trading manually, and then also allowing the help of the artificial intelligence robot. And so I came to a realization that it's actually a bit more important for me to go ahead and create a circle of my own, even though you guys can see that you are in floating loss, the robot will still be able to bring back profit for you, regardless of you using the circle strategy or not. And so I want to actually show you guys a bit more on this Gogaku AI sisters. They have become number one profitable circle on the Royal Q. And what you'll actually need to do then is search it over here. See if I can find it. And then you'll see exactly what is expected of you, what is required of you to make an informed decision. All right, so there we go. This was the first one that came out. So you have Gogaku AI sisters, you have Gogaku AI brothers, and you have Gogaku AI original, the first one that came out. And this is something very important to take a look at, ladies and gentlemen, before you sync your strategy, whether you are trading manually or not. Okay, so you get a red section and you get the white section. The red section would be those who are risk takers, and the white would be the super saver. If you are going to place yourself in the red section, you want a maximum profit of 30% per month. That's fine. then that means that you should be willing to add 100% of your initial capital, only if needed. You are ready and willing to check your capital and margin call condition regularly, check the remaining capital, and open the margin calls. This means that you actually literally need to be engaged with your bot as much as you possibly can on a daily basis. And then, of course, if you are in the white section, you are new to crypto and or the robot, and you're okay with 9% per month profit, which is still far way better than the traditional bank that you are receiving those interests on if you're leaving your money in the bank. The third point is that you only want to use the current amount of capital and you don't have the time to check your account regularly. And that's okay, because once again, whether you wanted 30% per month or at least a minimum of 9% per month, then you'll know exactly what it is that you need to do. You need to choose the type of situation that you'd like to put yourself in. And here you can see people join 17th of December. They're using the white strategy. They're making at least 0.5% daily based on their capital. You can see people are really actually making some good profits based on the section that they choose, whether it's the red section or the white section. So it is better, ladies and gentlemen, to trade manually. The reason why is because you wouldn't be paying a strategy fee. And so for each strategy, there's actually a certain amount of money that you need to allocate per coin, depending on your appetite for risk. So once again, if you're a risk taker, you'll be willing to add at least 100% of your capital, and you'll be making on a daily basis, you'll be making a profit of at least 1% or more. An estimated monthly profit would be 30% plus, and the first buy-in amount would be minimum of $10. The capital that's needed per coin would be $150, and you can cover until the 15th margin call. And after backup capital, you can cover again another margin call of 30 extra margin calls, meaning that you'll be able to cover the total 30 margin calls that this strategy is using. So each strategy, ladies and gentlemen, uses a different amount of margin calls, and it's up to you to decide whether or not you're going to be a risk taker and have 100% of your full capital available so that you can close floating losses, so that you can close the return rate and make it smaller, make it shorter. If you're a super saver, you'd be willing to then earn 0.3% to 0.75% daily, 9% to 22.5% monthly, with the first buy-in of $10, and a capital that you need per coin would be $350 per coin. You'll be able to cover margin call until the 35th margin call, and you then be able to realize and understand that you don't actually need 100% of your initial capital to suffice for any floating losses. Okay, so each strategy has its own way of doing things. They all have their own table, etc. And there is some very important information to take note of in each of these circle strategy lists that you find on your Royal Q or within your Royal Q back office. Now, I don't know how many people you guys know that were able to generate 83,958.4%. It's just that people's attitude towards trusting the strategy is not always on the right level. It's not always with the right mindset. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, if a signal is sent into the group and it says to you 7 margin calls, multiple buy-in, 2, first buy-in amount is $10, that already means that you would have needed to have a total amount of $80 reserved for the first 4 margin calls. I don't know if you guys have seen these signals, but let me go to one of the groups and see if I can find a signal that was recently sent. But people who take heed to information, they pay attention, they'll come back to me and say, Coach Jay, thank you for your signal. I did exactly what was explained in the group, and I was able to make myself some profits. Doesn't matter how much you have. Even if you have as little as $10, that's the minimum amount that you can use to start a trade. And so in each of these groups, these one-shot groups, we've been sending some testimonials. Actually, it's always been the same people that have been sending their testimonials to say that They're doing exactly what they should be doing, and that is looking for opportunity in the market at all times. All right. So if you guys want to participate with us in what we call the 90-day signal challenge, 90 days one-shot challenge, you'll have a look at this. And you can see this is what the signal looks like. All right. So this is a cycle or a one-shot signal. You can decide whether or not you want to compound your earnings and have the robot continue for its 7 margin calls, or if you just want to do it one shot and take a percentage of 1.3% from the market after the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh buy. It doesn't really matter how many times the robot buys, as long as you can have the specified amount of capital required for this coin so that it can take care of the necessary margin calls. So the first call says when the market drops by 0.2%, it will buy 2 times. Remember, the first buying amount is how much? $10, which means that if the robot is buying 2 times when the market drops by 0.2, it's going to give you, it's going to subtract an amount of $20 from your capital, right? And another $20 and another $20 and another $20 based on this margin call drop 0.2, 0.2, 0.2, 0.2. That is a total of 0.8%. So if the market drops by a total of 0.8%, you would have then spent, or rather the robot would have then deducted $80 from your capital. On the 5th call, it says 1.5%. It will buy 1 time, meaning $10. That is already $90. Another 1.5%, another 1 time, that's already $100. And another 1.5% 1 time, that's already another $10, which makes that $110. So it is clear to see that if you want to partake in a one-shot or a cycle trade, at least be able to allocate $110 for this trade. If you cannot and you only have $10 to allocate for this trade, then that means that you need to be a super saver and be happy with the first 1.3% that comes your way and continue having to start your trade consistently. It won't be able to cycle because it cannot buy the dips. So the margin call limit is 7, and it's telling you that for 7 times, for 7 margin calls, it's going to buy a total of $110. But the fact of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, there is a preset first buy-in amount. On the signal, it's called start trade, but in your back office, it will be preset first buy-in amount, and on another device, it shows preset buy-in price or something like that. I'm not sure. But starting the trade at this amount is imperative. Whichever amount the signal is saying, you should actually preset that trade to. And what's nice to know is that these signals actually get sent before the time, which means that you can actually set yourself up for success whilst you are waiting for the market to pick up to that entry price. Now, this is what's very important, is the amount of sells when you must end your trade. It's easier to get into the trade, but can be difficult to get out of the trade if you're not having the right attitude towards your trading and you're not paying attention to the amount of times that the robot has sold for you. So if the robot is able to sell 4 times, it means that you need to come back to your back office and actually put the robot on one shot. You still can leave the margin calls open, but then you also need to change the strategy mode. And instead of it being in the sub-in mode real time, you need to change it from the sub-in mode real time and change it to whole warehouse mode. So in the back office, you have different strategy modes. It will be the whole warehouse mode, it will be the sub-in mode, and it will be the sub-in mode real-time settlement. When you're doing this strategy and you're putting it on a cycle, you'll basically give the robot the opportunity to bring back profit for you, even if you are seeing floating loss at any given time. So even if there's red, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, those coins that I have in my back office, it's showing red, but the robot was still able to buy dips at the current price. It's still able to bring back profit to me regardless of the high floating loss. But because I was disciplined enough not to take any of the capital that I initially started with,
I was disciplined enough to allow the robot to buy all of the dips. And so now I simply need to be patient and wait for the robot to do its job. And so if I expected at least an amount of 10% for the month, then that's fine because I manage my expectations in such a way whereby I'm going to at least get my 10% on a monthly basis for my trades. And that's okay because then I get to focus on the other aspect of the business, which is the networking side, earn those commissions, earn those rewards, withdraw it into my Binance, UB or Coinbase, and actually use it to compound and add more margin calls, to manual replenishment, or even add a new coin on a one shot for the day. So this is what the signal looks like. Once again, in order to read it and understand it, you need to click on the coin that is being shown in the group. You then click on trade settings and you'll set the margin configuration and you'll confirm it and you'll save it. It's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen, if only you take out the time to study your back office and see exactly what is expected of you within those trade settings. All right, so is there any questions from anyone on the call relating to maybe any concerns that you may have relating to your trading? You're more than welcome to ask your questions. Namasa, you can go ahead. I'm asking you to unmute.
Okay, good morning.
Yes, good morning, leader. I can hear you loud and clear. You can go ahead, please.
Okay, I want to ask something about setting the one shot and the cycle. When there's an experience, I don't know whether I've learned it well. The experience I've had for the one shot is that each time you set your coin, especially for the signals which come in every day, when you put it in one cycle while it is starting, most times it is only selling once and at a smaller profit, then it gets out of the market. Is it advisable?
The reason for that, let me just interject there. Sorry about that. The reason for that is because of your first buy-in amount. So if you wanted to do a one shot and you had $100 capital, instead of making your first buy-in amount $10, make it $100 or $50. So that when the strategy mode is in whole warehouse mode, it will sell off that first buy-in amount. So it would be nice to get, yes, it would be nice to get a total of 1.3% on $1,000 instead of getting 1.3% on $10. So you can change your first buy-in amount to do this one shot.
Okay.
Yes.
Meaning I'll change the margin calls to either 2 or 1.
It's not even necessary to change a margin call as long as you have set the robot to take a one shot and take the whole position take profit ratio of 1.3%. So even if the margin calls is 7, 11, 30, however many margin calls you have, regardless of the amount of margin calls that exist within the trade setting, as long as it's on one shot and the strategy mode is in whole warehouse mode, you'll be able to take 1.3% from the market with as little as $10.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay,
so
now,
it doesn't really matter if you make one margin call, 2 margin calls. The margin calls is you setting the strategy in such a way that you're telling the robot, should the market dip by 0.5%, you want it to buy another 1 time or 2 times or 3 times based on your first buy-in amount. So if your first buy-in amount was $50 and you had 1 margin call and the market drops by 0.5%, the robot will buy another $50, meaning that your position will be $100 and not $50 anymore like your first buy-in amount.
Okay.
100%. So I hope that answers your question. And guys, you can be intentional about the amount of profits that you'd like to take from the market based on your capital. So once again, if you get a signal,
Coach
whether
J.
it's a cycle or one shot, you put it on one shot after setting the trade setting. You put it on one shot. You can even stop the margin call if you don't want it to buy again. You only want it to buy once and sell once and get out of the market. But it has to be on whole warehouse mode. If the strategy mode is in sub and real-time settlement, it's not going to close the entire position. It's going to basically bring you back profits at that current price that you entered the market.
Okay.
100%. All right. So now we're going to move on to Lizzie. Lizzie, you can go ahead. And then we'll move on to Indivo and then we'll end the score. Okay, Lizzie. Lizzie, you can go ahead. I'm asking you to unmute. Your hand is up.
Yes, thank you very much, Coach Day. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for your training. My question is this: if my coin is already trading, for instance, and I have like a large floating loss, is it possible for me to intervene and go into the coin, to the trade settings, and, for example, change the margin call limit or something like that? Is that good? Because sometimes when I've tried to do something, I see Royal Q saying I shouldn't, something like I shouldn't do that. Is that a good idea? Because some coins remain on floating loss for long, and I'm just wondering whether I can manipulate the call margin or the strategy, especially the ones which are with a copy trader. That's what I'd like to know. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So early on, you guys would have seen on my screen that I have a couple of coins that was in floating loss, and that coins that are in floating loss is actually coming from a sync strategy. So I thought to myself, why do I need to allow the circle leader to determine the amount of profits that I'm making when I can copy his strategy and tweak my settings in such a way whereby I allow the robot to continuously and consistently buy the dips in order to still bring me back profit in the floating loss. So regardless of you being in floating loss, you can still tweak your settings, but it's all going to be dependent on your capital. So if you have, for example, 7 coins, you cannot open up all of the margin calls if you only have an extra $100 added capital. It doesn't make sense because you would need to allocate at least a certain amount per coin. So if you were having $100 with 7 coins, then at least you can see yourself adding maybe $10 each coin or $15 each coin, or actually taking that full $100 and focusing on a coin that is sooner, that is closer, rather, I should say, that is closer to reaching profit. Okay. So with that being said, the more calls that you are going to join, the better it's going to be for you, because you can even still, I'm going to repeat, you can even still get profits whilst you are in a floating loss. It just depends on how frequently you open up your margin calls, and if you're actually willing and able to add 100% of the existing position amount. So if you had $1,000 invested into one coin, then you would need to add another $1,000 to substitute and actually consolidate and close that position. ABC, ladies and gentlemen, always be closing. Do not get caught up in a floating loss. ABC 1, 2, 3. Always be closing, ladies and gentlemen. And it really is simple as 1, 2, 3. It's not easy, because if it was easy, then everyone would do it. But it is simple. It's as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3. Always be closing. And in order for you to close your positions, be conservative. Be happy with at least taking 1.3% a time from the market, and you can actually then go and start your trade again if you can see that the market is bullish on that coin, and take another 1.3% and another 1.3% and another 1.3%. But do not allow the robot to buy again after the 4th sell, because the trade signal says 5 sells, and on the 4th sell you want to start the trade again, and because it's still on one shot, it will close the whole position on the 5th sell. Remember, these signals that are sent with the trade setting, like the one I showed you guys earlier on, are 80% correct. They are not 100% correct, and for this reason, you need to be modest, you need to be conservative, and even if you could take 2.6% or 3.9% from the market, take it, because then that means that the robot would have sold thrice at the whole position take profit ratio of 1.3%. It's quite simple. All right. I hope that answers your question. We're going to move on to Ndiwo. Ndiwo, you can unmute yourself and then we'll end the call.
Yes. Good morning, leader. Good morning, everyone. I would like to know I don't understand much about this USDT amount. How do I increase it? If I have little USDT for me to do this one short coin, how do I increase the USDT? Do I increase the capital, or there is any method that I can increase the USDT? Because right now I have roughly 50, but I want it to be increased. So I would like to know if I increase the capital, or how do I do it for it to be more? Thank you, my leader.
Okay, Ndio, if I understand you correctly, you'd like the open margin call, so you'd like to add a new coin. Which one is it?
Hello?
Ndio? Yes, which one is it? Adding a
Yes,
new coin or opening margin calls? Doing a one-shot trade on a new coin?
Yeah, on a new coin.
Well, in order for you to add capital, you'll need USDT. You can either buy the USDT directly from Binance or UB, or you can actually transfer crypto from another wallet to your Binance, UB, or Coinbase wallet, and then exchange that crypto for USDT.
Okay.
Alternatively, you can invite more people to the business. Yes, and when more people join the business, you'll get $30, $30, $30, $30 as a V1 until the 20th person. And that's a total of $600 that you can use to trade just because you shared this amazing opportunity with others. All right?
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, leader.
Now we're going to end the call with two of my co-hosts. I want to give Leader Brian the opportunity just to give you guys some words of encouragement and let you guys know how he's feeling about this business as a ranking member. And then after Leader Brian, we'll give over to Leader Preshi, and then we can end the call in 8 minutes. So at least, Leader Brian, you have 4 minutes to speak, and then Preshi, you can also keep it down to 4 minutes so that we can end at 10:30 South African time. All right, go ahead, Leader Brian.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Happy New Year. So just a quick one, leaders. I think you have heard me talking about my testimony about this business. So just a quick one is just to urge everyone just to be focused on this business and grab all these opportunities coming in. So what I would like to say, number one, is training. When you're in this business, you need to know how it works. So attending Zoom meetings is very key to this business, and also to work with your leaders and ask questions and know how it works. That will be good. And then the other number two is just to have your goals. Know what you wanna do. For instance, we have to have the monthly goals, yearly goals, monthly, weekly, and then also daily. And then after having your goals, you need also to make sure to go back and tick what you have done, and also continue executing your goals. Thereby, it helps to increase your business. Like what also Leader Julius said about the, what he was talking about, the smart goals. Yeah, that you must be specific on what you want to do, and at least you need to measure. Like if you say I want to have 20 people by end of the 2 weeks, you need to measure that you have done the recruitment of 22 people, or if you want to trade so much amount, you need to know about that. And then that's what I can say. And for the time being, give time to the other leaders, and all the best for the year. This year with this one shot, leaders, I urge, let's use it. It's working, and we've got wonderful leaders willing to help us and work with us. Thank you.
All right, okay, so you guys heard it here first by from Leader Brian, all the way from Australia, all the way in Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a simple business. It's not easy. If it was easy, then everyone would do it. But if you wanted to do one shots, you get in at the right time and the robot will get out for you at the right time. Okay. Over to you, Leader Preshi. I'm asking you to unmute. If you're available, you can go ahead and grace us with your presence, your words. Leader Preshi, if you're in the building, I'm asking you to unmute so that you can give us some of your words. If not, then I'll play a 4-minute video for you guys and we'll end the call after the video, yeah? All right, so let me see if I can retrieve another cool video for you guys. Another 3 or 4-minute video. And hopefully you'll leave this call with some motivation, some inspiration, and you'll practice your creativity and you'll practice trading. You're not going to know how far you can get until you actually try and make mistakes. So if you try and make mistakes, you learn from them because that's your best teacher. And then of course you'd be able to pass that information over to the next person. And that's what we want to do. We want to duplicate ourselves. We want to teach others from our mistakes. But you need to invest in yourself, okay? So I'm going to play a cool video for you guys called Invest in Yourself.
See, whatever you're doing, however you spend your time, that tells you who you are. So think about what it is you like to create in your life experience. Once I look at how you commit your time, once I do an evaluation on how you spend your time, I can tell you exactly what you're committed to. How much time do you spend working on you? How much time do you spend every day working on your dream? In the last 90 days, how many books have you read? In the last year, what new skill or knowledge have you acquired? What kind of investment have you made in you?
A lot of people, as soon as they punch out, they rush home to sit on the couch. They rush home to do nothing. They rush home just to sit there and figure out, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep, do it all tomorrow.
You have to give it everything you got. No more TV, no more parties, no more playing. If you don't have a 4.0, what you need to be doing is studying.
This is a life class. That means that we have an opportunity to learn how to maximize our lives. Think of the things that you're doing that somebody else could be doing. And think of yourself as a precious commodity that you are going to reserve your energy for your highest and best use.
All the successful people had the exact same amount of time that you have each day. So what did they do that you may not be doing? They invested in themselves. On the weekends, after work, in the evening, they put time in something that they wanted to do. They invested their own time in themselves.
We are busier than any other generation we have seen in the last 300 to 400 years. We are just as busy as we can be, and we think because we're busy, we're effective. But I want you to challenge your schedule for a minute and ask yourself, are you really being effective, or is your life cluttered with all kinds of stuff that demands you and drains you and taxes you and stops you from being your highest and best self? And are you substituting busyness and all the chaos that goes along with busyness from being effective? It takes time to be creative. You were meant to be creative. You were created in the likeness and the image of a creator, and in that likeness and in that image, you have creativity. If you had time, you would be creative. The most important thing is to value our time.
So what are you going to do with this time? How much of it do you think you've already used up? What are you going to do today?
Make it in life, you got to know your vitamin. You've got to know every no brings you a step closer to a yes.
All right, so every no leads you a step closer to a yes, ladies and gentlemen. Be mindful of what you're doing with your time and prioritize. Nobody is too busy, right? What you put your time, energy, and focus to, time, energy, and attention to, it's going to reward you, it's going to expand. So good luck to everyone, and keep on inviting new members to the calls. Keep on sharing this opportunity, and look forward to hearing no, because it is through the no's that you get your yes. All right. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you all on the next call. It's a bye for now.